Are you still living in confusion?
Yeah. I actually do not know who I am.
You don't know who you are. What do you see when you look at yourself?
I just see a girl that can do a lot of things, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
What life do you see for yourself if you are not as you are now? I mean, if you project the way you would love to be, how does it look like?
It's great. I want to be at home, okay? I want to be that person that people that had no meaning in their life can come to. Yeah.
You want to be that person that people who don't have meaning in their life can come to because you have been there before.
Yeah, I've been there. Actually, one of my dreams is to have a homeless home.
For the homeless people. But you were not homeless.
I became homeless at some point.
It's okay. And did people take advantage of your situation at some point? A young lady, very beautiful. Did you have to leave certain lives just to fit in, belong, or make ends meet?
Yeah, and the first betrayal came from my blood sister.
Your blood sister?
Yeah.
How? Younger sister?
No, my senior sister.
What did she do to you?
I don't know what she wanted to achieve, but we lost our mom in 2015, and
it's okay.
She said I killed my mom.
She said you killed your mom.
And she didn't tell me.
It's okay.
She didn't tell me. Actually, that is one thing that shut my whole life down.
Right, Vibes and Five Ghana's first social media celeb talk show. The name Arnold, man. Elavanyo, you can always call me. You see me? We're back here with another edition of Face Off, and you know, Face Off gives us the opportunity to get into people's, hidden stories, difficult stories, things that they've experienced that usually many people do not even know about, or things bothering them. And these conversations are shared because we want to know from your perspective whether or not you've experienced the same, or you know someone who's experienced the same, and what the way forward should be by way of sharing your opinions as well. We also do this for people who find themselves in same situations to be able to learn and fix themselves listening to somebody else's story. So it's a very important thing we're doing here, so we take it very serious. My guest goes by the name Asana. Asana is a very young, vibrant, and beautiful lady who's got her life messed up, confused, things going topsy-turvy. And she tells me it started because she grew up from in an environment where there wasn't a fatherly love or motherly love, rejection. So how do people who grew up in the midst of rejection eventually become? Sometimes, I mean, there are people who have had their lives figured out even though they grew up in rejection. Some haven't been able to. Maybe Asana would be one of such people, or is experiencing something similar to that. Asana, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I still finding it difficult to open up. Like, what's running through your mind?
How to start.
How to start. Is this something you find very hard to talk about? Do you wish you never speak about this anytime, any day?
I wish to speak about it at the right time with the right person, but I haven't really felt somebody I feel like I can talk to about it. So most of the times when I meet somebody, I'll either come up with something because I don't want you to know me.
You don't want the person to know you.
Yeah. And I'm scared that when the person gets to know, they're going to use it against you.
They're going to use it against you. Have you had prior experience where somebody knew something about you and used it against you? Usually such decisions are taken because it's happened before.
I've had instances where somebody used something against me, but it wasn't something I had experienced. It was something I actually lied about, and the person used it against me. So that was an example for me to not come up with the truth. Yes.
So usually, what percentage of you do you give up?
Honestly, about 80.
You give about 80 out,
Yeah.
and you keep 20.
No. I give about 20 out.
You give
and
20
keep
and you keep 80.
Yeah.
So that's a lot you keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Has it helped?
At some point, no. At some point, yes.
It's helped in some points.
Yeah.
What is it that you wouldn't want people to know about you?
Growing up, I haven't really had that freedom. You know, every child growing up has their age mates to play with, their mommy to talk to when they are confused about something, or their daddy. I never had that.
But you had uncles?
Yeah, that was where my frustration started, and the confusion even set in when I came to know my mom. So everything has just been me leaning back in my shells and then planning out something to avoid somebody hurting me. Okay.
So it's been you.
Yeah.
You've never had directions from, elderly people growing up.
I've had that, but I haven't been able to open up that this is what I'm going through, so help me.
What makes it difficult for you to open up, even to people that you are close to?
I don't trust anybody.
You don't trust anybody?
No.
Do you pick that from something that happened to you or to someone close to you? Maybe your mom went through something, your dad went through something, and for which reason you don't want to trust anyone?
I don't know what happened with my mom or my dad, but I grew up with somebody who wasn't my parent.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was nice to me from the beginning, but as time went on, everything turned out sour to the extent that at some point I even had boils on me. She had to sometimes call my mommy from another town to come and take care of those boils. Yes, so those things alone really plays a whole lot of damage in my mind. Yeah.
Did you experience what you would describe as love growing up?
Love? No.
You didn't experience love?
I don't know.
What did you wish you had that you didn't have?
I wish I grew up like a normal child who lived in a family where the parents are around, there's freedom, you can talk whatever you're going through, you can have that freedom with your age mates and just live your life like a child.
Like a child,
yeah.
You didn't have a childhood?
No.
Were you forced to grow?
I think yes.
You were forced to grow?
Yeah.
Did you suffer more treatment?
Indirectly. It was more emotional trauma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on things you saw or things that were done to you?
Things that were said to me, things that were done to me, neglection. Yeah.
Things that were done to you, such as being left without food, your school fees not being paid.
I'll tell you something. There was a time that my mommy didn't live there. I think when I was about 5 years that they took me to that woman. So I lived with her, and I realized that when it was food, I ate in the house. But when it has to do with my health, my clothing or my footwear or something, she has to call my mommy. So I realized that my mommy will come, and then maybe within a month I haven't had a sleep on my feet. Yeah. So she will bring me a sandal to wear, or maybe clothes to put on. And then whenever she came around, I had a younger sister with her, and my younger sister looked far better than me. So all of those things made me bitter somehow growing up. I feel like I was like, where am I? Why do I have to go through this? So even though as a child, I was really thinking a lot, and there was no one to talk about it, because I felt like if you go to talk about somebody, if you go to talk about it, they'll feel like you're feeling jealous about that person. But I feel like there's no need around here. Actually, where I grew up, we had no luck. There was nothing that I would say there was poverty. No, so going through that,
there was abundance, but even in that, you didn't have.
Yeah.
Wow, I get it.
Yeah.
So what happened to your mom and dad? For which reason you didn't grow with them?
Well, it is 2015 that my daddy came to tell me that when he told me on phone, actually, he told me that when he was going to marry my mom, I'm the first child of my dad. He said when he was going to marry my mom, his sisters didn't accept it. So he eloped or something to marry my mom. So when they had me, then one pastor of his said he should either give me to that pastor or take me away from my mom. So he took me
away from your mom.
Yeah.
And gave you to someone.
Yeah, that person is actually his sister.
So he gave you to his sister.
Yeah.
To take care of you.
Yeah.
That's how come you didn't grow up with any of your
Yeah, I
parents.
didn't grow up with any of them. But my mommy was coming there. From the beginning, I didn't know she was my mom. Yeah, even though the time I was leaving her, maybe I was quite old, but when I was young, I saw myself vibrant. You know, I was very smart in school. I still have books of my curriculum, those things. That book, we had this
My first
book.
copy book or
No.
album?
No, not the album. And I don't know if it's still in the primary school, but they have this book that they keep the records of every child.
Yeah, records book.
Yeah, I forgot how they call it, but they have that book. So I still have that book. Then I saw that I was actually doing good when I was there. But when I came here, I think in the first 6 months or so, it was okay. But I think I had my first Christmas with them, and then my daddy left. Ever since, everything changed.
Everything changed.
Yeah, everything changed. Going to school sometimes, I didn't have a shoe to wear. Sometimes maybe I didn't have a bowl to put food in. Sometimes like there was no need in the house, but I didn't have all of that.
So you saw everything there, but you didn't have what you needed to have.
Yeah, because at that age, there should be a mother or at least somebody to, do certain things for you. Yeah, like help you get a shoe or get some things for you, get a bowl for you or something. As young as I am, I could take this rubber that they used to tie water, then put food in to go to school. Yeah, so.
Did you learn from the kitchen as well?
Yeah, that's one thing I learned from my childhood, and I think I'm proud of.
You're proud of that. At least you got that. As a young girl growing up, you learned how to cook.
Yeah.
Which you're proud of. Has the absence of all the things you mentioned growing up affected your old age now?
Yeah, it has affected me.
So much or so little?
It has affected me mentally, emotionally, physically. Even it has affected me mingling with people. Yeah.
You are laid back?
Yeah. Though I'm a reserved person, but when it has to, maybe we have to do things together, ladies are here, and the moment I join, I lose, I don't know, I can't,
You just close in. Is it a complex, do you feel like I don't belong here, these people are not my kind, like is that what you feel, or you feel incapable?
I think it's a mix of all of that makes me confused. It gets me so confused, but I think I'm a better person on my own.
When you're alone, when you're doing things on your own,
but when I have to join a group of people, like when there happens to be a competition, I feel like no,
You can't.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What else has it taken from you?
It has taken my confidence and my, I don't know, my urge to face life. So like, it's as if I try to do something, but the moment there's a challenge, I feel like I can't do it.
You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You give up easily.
Yeah.
You give up easily. And it's causing you a lot of harm.
Yeah, a lot of harm. It's causing me a lot. Sometimes it makes me feel like I don't fit in. Okay, it makes me feel like, what am I doing here? Because you're not able to do anything. Even if somebody brings you all of the things to make life, you can't do it.
But you went to school. You had classmates. You lived with people. I'm sure you went to secondary school. You mingled. What happened to all those stages? You could have, gathered some strength from there. What happened?
Yeah. So one thing that affected my education was I had scars out of those boils I had, that my mommy had to travel to come and treat me. I had scars. And I remember in our class I was one of those girls that had a very beautiful skin. So when that thing happened, I couldn't go back to school. Yeah, my friends will come back. They'll visit me, and then they'll be praying, and they'll pray for you. But when I went back to school, the story was everywhere, like and those things. So it really, I couldn't learn. I couldn't concentrate. I had to, and I wish I had long socks or something to put on.
I didn't. Your hand or your legs cover.
Yeah, I didn't. I never had that. So we could be in class and my mind is not there. My mind is on somebody that is watching me, maybe from behind or
from the side.
Yeah, or maybe somebody they'll be playing, but I can't join them because I feel like they're going to look at me in a certain way. Okay. Yeah, so I became more sensitive, and it was about how I was looking, the change in my looks, and how I was thinking people are thinking about me.
So you had a lot going on in your mind, instead of concentrating on the books.
Yeah, so I lost concentration. At some point, my mommy came to pick me from that place, somewhere. I don't want to mention the year. Yeah, so my mommy came to pick me, and I changed schools. The new school, I was more comfortable there because they didn't know anything. They just
saw you as a newcomer.
Yeah, so I was more comfortable there than I completed. But my whole frustration and confusion even got worse when I completed to stay home with my mommy and my other siblings. There I had to question if I was my mommy's child, okay, because she'll buy something for me and I feel like I cannot wear it. I don't want to expose my scars. And then she'll stop. She'll not get another thing for me.
Once you complain, she won't get another for you. So you would have to stick with what you already have. Yeah,
so it caged me in I don't know. So I cannot come and tell you that this is what I prefer, because if I come to tell you I want this, you tell me, you decide what I should wear. But I know in myself that that thing I'm putting on is going to, I'm not comfortable in it. That's it.
Have you ever felt special?
Yeah, I feel so special with the kind of mind I have. Yeah, that makes me feel special. But when it comes to physicality, I feel like I don't have to try to compare with anybody.
Compare with anyone. Anybody ever made you feel special?
It has been me.
It's been you making yourself feel special. Hold yourself together. Asana is just shedding tears, but I understand this is an emotional story. And as she speaks, she clears it off her mind, her heart, and hopefully she will be able to get herself together. When it comes to work is a competitive environment. How do you fit in? Writing application, going for interviews, you won't be chosen, maybe email comes, we cannot employ, those things. How does it hit you?
I've actually had a lot of opportunities with work. Yeah, but the problem is with me. Sometimes I'll go and then I'll see the kind of uniform they wear. I feel like I cannot wear it, so I'll not come back for the interview.
You will not come back for the interview?
Yeah. So that's been one big, and also I feel like the employer feels like I can do it, but I don't
You don't
see
see
it
yourself capable of doing it.
Yeah, that I can do it. So most of the times it has been the kind of thing they are wearing, or the position. I feel like I cannot do
itself.
it. Yeah.
Does it mean that you, when it comes to things like that, you look down on yourself without even knowing it?
I think so, and I've been blaming myself. I don't know. I cannot blame anybody. I cannot blame my mommy or my daddy. I've been blaming myself, but the thing is, I'm not able to do anything about it.
You're not able to do anything about it. Do you believe in yourself?
That's the only thing I've been able to do the past years. It has actually been the only thing that's kept me surviving, because I should be killing myself or something.
Did he ever get to that point?
Yeah, I get suicidal thoughts most of the times.
You get suicidal thoughts?
Yeah, the only thing that keeps me here is believing.
Believing in yourself. Not even friends, not partner.
No, these things had made me not able to make friends. I feel like when I get close to you, you might want to know about me, or you might see something about me and use it against me. So I don't know. So it has been some walls around me.
There's some walls, imaginary walls that you have created around yourself, and you are living within it. And you don't feel the need to break out of that wall. How long do you intend to stay in it?
I don't know how long I'm going to stay in there, but maybe the only way I'm going to break it is when I have maybe my financial freedom or something.
That's when you break out of it?
Yeah, or maybe when somebody comes into my life and decides to just pick me out of whatever thought and give me a new life, then maybe I wouldn't have to bother about those things. But you know, at my age, doing nothing for yourself, having financial struggles sometimes, even worsen the confusion for me. So maybe if part of those things are solved, it's going to reduce the way I think about myself.
Are you still living in confusion?
Yeah. I actually do not know who I am.
You don't know who you are. What do you see when you look at yourself?
I just see a girl that can do a lot of things, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
What life do you see for yourself if you are not as you are now? I mean, if you project the way you would love to be, how does it look like?
It's great. I want to be at home, okay? I want to be that person that people that had no meaning in their life can come to. Yeah.
You want to be that person that people who don't have meaning in their life can come to because you have been there before.
Yeah, I've been there. Actually, one of my dreams is to have a homeless home.
For the homeless people. But you were not homeless.
I became homeless at some point.
It's okay. And did people take advantage of your situation at some point? A young lady, very beautiful. Did you have to leave certain lives just to fit in, belong, or make ends meet?
Yeah, and the first betrayal came from my blood sister.
Your blood sister?
Yeah.
How? Younger sister?
No, my senior sister.
What did she do to you?
I don't know what she wanted to achieve, but we lost our mom in 2015, and
it's okay.
She said I killed my mom.
She said you killed your mom.
and she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. Actually, that is one thing that shut my whole life down.
Like one of the things that shut you down.
Yeah.
Where did you hear it from?
Actually, my mommy was sick, and there's something I realized but I didn't pay attention to. Anytime my sister traveled out of the house, something happened between my mom. Like for instance, there was a time she traveled and then I was in the house alone with my mom, and then there was a girl that was living with us, and my mommy said she couldn't find, somebody gifted her dollars that she couldn't find. So she actually quarreled me. You know, I told you I had to question. I asked my dad, is my mom? Because when she came to pick me from there, I thought I was coming home and I was coming to have a new life. But when I came here, everything was more worse now, okay?
Even with your mom?
Yeah, even with my mom. I didn't have, I had to depend on my sisters to wear their clothes, to wear their shoes, and I don't want to say everything, but I'm trying to be as plain as I can be. So I didn't really have a thing of my own. So I think at 14 years, I started dating. Yeah, at 14 years, I started dating. The guy I was dating was doing everything for me. He was so fond of me. But that was when I started hiding my body from him. I didn't want him to see my scars. Yeah. So he was doing all of those things for me. And at some point, I would say I developed a bad ego. Okay, I felt like I was taking care of myself, and you don't come and tell me what, because, yeah. So I distanced myself from my mom, my siblings, and all of those. We were in the same house, but I make sure I don't go to where they were discussing, because they made me feel
not part.
Yeah, so I embraced that, and then I was using that, but I became so quick-tempered, and you don't come and tell me what I should do. That was it. So it continued, and then a lot happened. So when my mommy died, my mommy got sick. She went to the hospital, and when they took her to the hospital, I was home. My mommy didn't call me. I don't want to say much about it.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's okay.
Yeah. So when my sister had traveled that time, when my mommy, before she died, when my mommy was asking of her dollars and things, I remember I cursed that I don't know anything about it, and I've noticed that this thing has been going on. Anytime my sister travels, something like
happens.
this has to happen. So I'm cursing, whoever has the money should die. So people around that heard it waited for my sister to come, and then told her that they heard me fighting with my mom. And then she came to tell me, and I told her to go to my mom. So my mommy told her that if she knows she has taken money here, she should bring it, because I have cursed. And then she came to say that the money was with her. Yeah, and she said she was no DC.
Yeah, she was just keeping it.
Yeah, so I was supposed to draw
turn the curse.
No, not turn. I didn't turn it. I didn't turn it, but I was supposed to learn something from those things my sister was doing. So back to when my mommy was sick. When my mommy got sick, I came to realize 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that, my sister had requested to take my mommy from the hospital. I didn't know. She's my elder sister. Besides, all of her decisions will follow. So not knowing she was taking my mommy from that house to another house. Okay. To another house. So, and it was in the area that I had poisoned my mom, and I didn't know.
That's what people were saying.
That's what people were saying.
That you had poisoned your mom.
That I had poisoned my mom. So how I got to know was a little girl that lived in our house. So she went out, and then she came, and there was this woman in our house. The girl was her granddaughter. So the girl came to the woman and said that when she was coming from outside, she heard two women saying that my mommy is sick, and she's in this house, and that Asana is the one that has poisoned her, that she was poisoned from the hospital or something. So when the little girl said it, and then the woman shouted at her, and I was there. So when the girl said it, I was trying to let her repeat it. And then the woman told me she has heard this thing long time ago, but she knows my sister more than me. She has been in this house
way before you came.
Yes, so she's not surprised what my sister can say, so I shouldn't pay attention to it. Honestly, when I heard that, I got shocked. I got shocked. I went to my auntie to tell her that this is what I have heard in the area. And you know, from our house to where my auntie was, when I was taking the road, everybody on the road was looking at me. Yeah, it was as if it is now that they have seen that person. Yeah, so everybody was looking at me.
Like the star killer.
Yeah, so this time around, I was so ashamed and so shy. So I went to my auntie and I told her to call my sister. And she asked me why, and I told her, Mommy is sick, so she should call my sister. So she called my sister and asked her how she's doing. She said she's okay, but it's mom that it's not okay. And she asked my sister, what's wrong with my mom? And she said when she went to the hospital, the doctor said my mom is poisoned, and that she feels like I poisoned my mom because I've been having arguments with my mom. And my auntie hung up the call. And this sister of mine has worked with my auntie before. Okay, but while working, I think she took a seat with some guy in the hood, so she had to stop the job. And I remember my daddy told me there was a time my sister told a lie that he was almost arrested. Okay, yeah. So
it's with her. It is something she does.
Yeah. So when she said that, on the phone was on loudspeaker. So when she said it, then I burst into tears. And then my auntie told me that I should go back home and I shouldn't talk to anybody. I cried the whole day. I think it was around 5 a.m. that I heard people crying from the next house. They were saying my mommy is dead. And I can tell you, the moment I heard she was dead, I couldn't cry again. Yeah, I couldn't cry again. So to cut a long story short, my sister caused a whole lot of sin to make people believe that what she's saying is true. It is just recently that they have called me, like the family has called me to tell me that my sister is saying she don't know what came over her to do that. And I asked her at that point that she made those accuses. There were people, I had completed senior high school. I completed senior high school a year before my mommy died.
Okay.
So I had opportunities to travel. I don't know, I'm that person that people meet me and they just want to grant me a chance. So, and she was able to spread the news to the people that wanted to help me. So I asked her what was she trying to achieve, because this person that wanted to take me outside, you know the person, then you want to tell the person that I have killed my mom. So what were you trying to achieve? She said she doesn't know. She's not trying to say, oh, Nimbe say, Busani. I'm like,
have you forgiven her?
I have forgiven her, but it's not something I can forgive. I can forgive myself. I don't blame her for doing that, but I feel like I was supposed to control myself with all of the things I went through. I wasn't supposed to be having arguments with my mom. Okay, because when she said that, people believed it because of the argument I was having with my mom.
So there was a cause to believe what
there was a cause to believe what she said, but she knows. And I know that whatever she's saying, I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay.
So that thing destroyed a lot of my opportunities. It killed my vibe. It killed my spirit, actually. I feel like everybody has heard this thing. I cannot go here again. I cannot do this again. You know, sometimes you sit in the car and then somebody that knows you will just be looking at you, and I feel like what's the person going to say about me when I get down?
What are they thinking?
Yeah, so it really destroyed a whole lot of things about me. So leaving that place, I moved out of our house. I moved to a different place. So honestly, it has always been like trying to move
Further away from
trying
your
to
troubles.
hide away. Yeah,
Always running away from your troubles.
it has been like that. So I don't know, but
What is the state of your life now?
Should I say confused? I don't know. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I feel like I could sleep today and not wake up, and then that will be it. I feel like if certain things don't work out for me, it's hard. But I feel like, but this has been like that because this thing was said against you. So what do you think is gonna work for you? So it's like I've been trying to lift myself, and then I bring myself down again. So
you keep pressing self-destruct button. And what do you think you need that will make you be okay?
I need a new life, maybe a new space to be away
from all the troubles.
Yeah.
Are you able to stay in relationships?
No.
Because of the man's behavior or you or your past?
Honestly, I haven't really met a man that treated me bad, but I think it has been me. I haven't been open. I haven't been open to people, and you know, I remember one guy told me why I don't like to show my body. Like I'm always covering. Like
yeah, you're fully covered, you know.
Yeah.
I'm only seeing your face, like every other thing is covered.
Yeah,
to the glory of God. Yeah, at least you've laughed. And a legend. Okay.
Excuse me to say, the only time maybe he will see me naked is maybe when we want to have intimacy.
Yeah.
But the moment we're done, I make sure I don't want you to, you don't see anything I don't want you to see.
So you always turn off the light. Yeah, to the lights plenty. Yeah.
Not the light. It could be under the light, but if I don't want you to see what I want to see.
You won't see.
One thing about me is, through all of that, I've been able to train my mind. Yeah, I've been able to train my mind in a way that the thing I want to do, I'll be able to do it. But most of the times, I'm not able to focus on it.
You're not able to focus on it.
Yeah, I'm not able to focus on it. So we could be under the lights. If I want you to see it,
you will see.
I'll not let you see it because I don't want you to see it.
If you don't want me to see, I won't see it.
I'll not let you to see it.
Well, if you want me to see it,
yeah, if I want you to see it,
you will see.
Yeah, it was only one guy that I think I loved him, and then
he saw more.
I showed him.
Yeah,
I showed him, and he was trying to convince me that I had a beautiful skin and I'm supposed to show it.
But you do. You know you do.
And I said, yeah, that's what my body is telling you. My mind is telling me something different.
Else,
yeah. So no matter how I try, I'm not able to feel so confident in my body. I'm not able to. It has restricted me from a lot of things that people thought I could be able to do.
Yes, it has restricted you because it is the confidence that pushes you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, what will push you? That is internal mechanism that pushes us to do things. Confidence. Yeah. Some people mistake it for arrogance, or if it becomes too much, it becomes arrogance. But confidence is key.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you should start believing in yourself so much so that you become very confident. Do you still have the scars?
I think I do.
You think you do?
Yeah.
Have you medically tried getting rid of it?
Actually, when I was younger, it was more visible.
Yeah.
When I was growing, it started blending with my skin.
Then by now, the hair is all gone.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not. And just that it kind of blends with my skin.
It blends with your skin.
Yeah, but it's there.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
It's there. Anybody can see it. Right. And you know, My sister used to say this, you know, maybe when we have to go out and then with his guy, maybe his guy is coming to pay her out, and then the guy was saying, most of the time they complimented me over her. Okay, yeah, so maybe there's something that the guy would say you should wear. And she'll say, she'll say, I'm using the exact statement she'll say. She'll say, oh no, kocha no ferry. Oh. Right. So maybe I'm trying to hide behind that, but I should just expose it to the person. Like that. And those things maybe she thought was fun. Those things were
we're getting to you.
Yeah.
There are things we say that we think is just for fun that gets to people.
Yeah, especially me, I've become so sensitive to words.
Words.
Yeah. So I make sure I'm careful with what I'm saying to somebody, and the moment I find a word that I don't like from you, you will see me distancing myself. Not because you did something bad, but because I wasn't okay with what I heard from you. Yeah.
Would getting that sorted give you some confidence back so that
No, I don't. I'm not really focused on that one.
What's the focus now?
The focus is financial freedom.
Financial.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm able to live, honestly, I'm not comfortable with the environment I'm in. You know, let's say from my house, but from my house to the next house is my family house. I'm seeing my sister, the one that did that thing to me. I'm seeing this person who did. I'm seeing things that it's reminding me of the state I'm in, and I'm not moving any. I'm not doing anything.
It's like you're marking time.
Yeah,
you're not moving forward. People go and come and meet you.
Yeah, you get it. So I feel like when I'm able to get a new life, like start something, have my freedom, I wouldn't even concentrate on it, because honestly, if I had my freedom financially and mentally, that thing wouldn't mean anything.
It wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah, because I see people using wheels, and I see people, even I saw somebody's car that mine was far better than, and she was so comfortable in it. Yeah, so it's not something that should hold me back, but I just feel like I'm not finding the help.
Do you want to work?
Not under somebody.
And I'll let you explain, because somebody will pause here. Do you want to work? Not under somebody, and they might think you're lazy or you're too overly ambitious. Yes, I know my people. Like, no, I don't also yeah, you don't have money, you don't want to work under somebody. So let's break it down so they will know why you feel or think that way.
It is so okay for somebody to think that I'm lazy or I'm feeling proud or
anything.
It is okay for whatever everybody will think. I have come to know who I have become. I have understood that, okay, I think I went to the hospital one time and the doctor said I had this ADHD or something. But the only thing is that mine is I don't throw tantrums and all of those things. Mine is the moment I get into that state, I can be so sad for no reason. I can stop everything I'm doing.
For no reason.
I become so forgetful. I could be talking to you and I've forgotten what I was saying. So I don't know if you've paid attention. I could be saying one thing and then I move to another.
Yeah.
So with all of those, I've worked with certain people. I noticed I was more forgetful.
Even at your workplace?
Yeah, at my workplace, I was more forgetful, and I didn't like receiving that complaints and that
you were supposed to do this, you didn't do it. Why didn't you fix it? Fix that?
Yeah, those things makes me more confused the more. So I feel like if I'm working
on your own,
or in my own space, or if I have somebody like guiding me with whatever I'm doing, it will be better than going to work under somebody who hasn't really got to know me, and then the person expects
results.
And then you are confused with what you're doing. So what are you doing there? That's what I feel like I cannot work under somebody.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. So my people, before your fingers are too quick, hold on. She has explained, and it makes perfect sense. Of what use is it if you work under someone and you're so forgetful every now and then? You'll be fired anyways. You either get fired or you resign on your own because you know what your problem is. Yeah. But if you set up your own thing and you run it, even that too, it could be dangerous to your own business development, because if you're forgetful, it will still go against you directly. Yeah. This time, not against your employer, but against you. Yeah. So, but there should be a way for you to become financially independent.
The thing is, here in Ghana, I've tried to read about it. I don't think there are, if there are medical aids that can help you to heal, process your mind and all of those things. Maybe we have it here, but the situation around will keep you back what you're trying to heal from. Okay.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. And I'm not trying to say it generally. Maybe it's somewhere, but with my environment and with what I'm going through, I feel like if I'm going to try to go through that process of healing, I have to move.
You have to move out of this space.
Move out of my space.
Ghana or moving out of Accra.
It depends. It could just the space that I'm not comfortable in.
Move from that place.
Yeah, because you can't tell me, let's say you're a robber and then you're trying to heal. You've stopped. You want to stop and you want to heal from the shame, and then you're living where you robbed.
You'll still be robbing people. People will rob for you to see.
No, maybe you will not rob, but people will see you and they'll point at you.
And still link robbery to you.
Yeah, so
I get you, and that will annoy you to want to prove them right.
That is going to kill you. It's going to depress you.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're trying to be better. And
now, talking of depression, you've gone through depression.
Yeah, I think I've gone through it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure that's when you get suicidal.
Yeah, I've gone through depression. Sometimes I watch this lady that will be going naked.
On which of the platforms?
Yeah, sometimes I watch her and I'm like, God, I don't want to get there.
You don't want to get to her.
But it looks like I don't know what she's going through, but I feel like it's similar to what I'm going through.
We hear hers is bipolar, right? I mean, it's
okay, but with this one, sometimes you get into a state that you feel like you want to talk, and you have to really think about what you want to talk, because if you don't take care, you're going to say things you don't want to say. I guess through then. That is the more reason why I love to be alone.
Are you on social media? That means you can.
Honestly, a lot of people are going through this. Some don't even know they are going through it. Yeah.
But anytime you feel like typing, you throw the phone away. Okay, throw the phone away.
Like I said, I've tried to train my mind. I make sure I don't even keep a lot of stuff on my social media. And like you say, hers is bipolar, but it is similar to the depression.
We both stand to be corrected. We don't want no trouble. We stand to be corrected. Allegedly bipolar. We are not saying who we beg. and again, yes, I am happy that you don't put a lot on social media. Don't even be typing too much.
Well, that is the reality. You sometimes get very sad. Sometimes you could get very happy. Sometimes you want to mingle with people, but you could be in the midst of people and then
you're still alone. You still feel lonely, like you're lost. Actually, it's not an easy place to be. But you've done well. One thing I've realized about our conversation is that you've been honest. I mean, if you are in such a situation and you can't be honest to yourself and admit what is going on with you, it will be difficult for anybody to give any meaningful help or solution, and you don't blame people for your woes.
Yeah, that is true.
That's very responsible of you, honestly.
Thank you. I think that is one thing that's helped me to concentrate, because if you're going to be blaming this person, you're going to lose focus on what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because those who are blaming, they don't even have time to come and fix what they did.
Whatever they did, they have done it. The rest is you.
It's you. It's you. It is well. Okay. And folks, you've heard from Asana. Very interesting, story being shared here. People are going through a lot, but you never know. I mean, you could see her walk down the road slowly and quietly, and you will never know what she's going through until she opens up, to speak. And a lot of people, we see people every day up and down, and we don't know what they're going through until they speak. So those who are quick to judge people or conclude based on what they've seen without actually getting close to know, most often you make mistakes. You judge people wrongly, you kill people in your heads wrongly, you put people in tight corners. What can we do to make this place a better place for all of us? Now, Asana would want to work, but she says she doesn't want to work under anybody, and she's explained it sensibly. Because if you are financially stable, I think you'll be a bit stable mentally. A lot of things you wouldn't worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you also know about her condition and what you did to get out of it, we would want to hear that too. Maybe she could pick one word or two from it. All right. Asana, thank you very much for coming here. I appreciate it. You laughed. After all the cry, you're laughing. I'm happy about it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. My name is Arnold. You can always call me, bro.